pondering, what shall I say? You know what? That's what I should say. Just make whatever I want. The point of this video is, make whatever you want. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you want to make. It doesn't matter what people think. Just whatever it is you want to make, whatever it is in your head that you're passionate about, you make that, you know? You just make it. It doesn't matter, you know? It doesn't matter if you think it's going to turn out bad, or however it turns out, bad or good. At the end, you're looking, you're cringing at it. You're like, this was so bad, you know? This is nothing like what I wanted it to be. And that does happen majority of the time, you know? You end up with this idea, you end up doing it, you like put all this, you know, effort and hard work into actually creating and doing it. And at the end, you feel like, you know, it wasn't as good as you wanted it to be, or it wasn't that thing that you envisioned. But that thing that you envisioned, it won't be exactly as how you envisioned it, ever. You know, it's always going to morph and change with your ideas, with how you change, you know, during the process with what you do. It's always just going to morph and change. And that's the point of it. That's part of the process. That's part of making stuff, of seeing this piece of art, this piece of work that you're doing, and seeing it evolve over time. You know, it's like a life. It's like it has its own life cycle. You know, it goes from idea to, you know, you planning, and then thinking, oh, what am I going to do with this idea? And then expanding on it, and actual, you know, and then getting to planning to do it, and then actually doing it. Like with this video, I just wrote a little script in the morning, got out of the shower. I was like, you know what? Just going to make a video about making whatever you want, because that's what I'm doing right now. And it's like a little paradox, because it's about making what you want, and this video is me just making what I want and just talking. Because why not? Why not? We have this, you know, we have this ability to do this. And a lot of the time I have ideas, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this amazing long video, you know, add loads of shots, loads of cinematic things, you know, cool editing, you know, to keep people engaged. But it's like, I'm just thinking about all the YouTube bullshit. I'm not thinking about what is it I want to make. And that is the main priority. The thing that you want to make is the thing that you should make. Not what other people say you should make. Not what, like, you have to make this to get the views. You have to make this to be a creative person, you know, to get the money, to da-da-da-da-da. Doesn't freaking matter. All that is bullshit outside, you know, your bubble. Just in this bubble of who you are and your personal reality that you've created for yourself, that's a whole different thing. Just make what it is you want to, you know? You only have this one life, this one shot, this one chance to make whatever it is you want on this world, in this life, you know? In this little video game we're all in, kind of, I don't know. You know, it all counts. The bad stuff, the good stuff, the shit that you cringe at, that you're like, that you may have made a few years ago and you're like, oh, I'm cringing at that. That's a good thing. That means you've changed. That means you've adapted and you're continuing to make stuff and make it better. Because if you're not cringing at something you made even a week ago, then you haven't changed, you know? You've just stayed on the same lane, and that's not good. You know, every other thing you're going to make before will be worse than what you're going to make next. And this is just one part of it. The other part is, you know, thinking about, oh, what would people, you know, is the other part is, you know, what will people think about this? How will they look at me when I've made this? You know, because you have this idea, it could be weird, it could be different from what anyone else is doing. And that's completely fine. That's the best thing to do. If it's different than every other thing that anyone else is doing, then that's the thing you should do. Not, you know, don't create to stay in line, stay in the lane, you know, to not be different, you know, to not stand out because you don't want people to look at you. But if you're making this work and you wanted to share it, then people are going to look at you. So you need to be okay with that fact of making some. You need to be okay with that fact of making something, being okay with it, and being okay with that people won't like it, you know? There'll always be people who will like it and people who won't like what you make. That's just the truth of it. And we can't escape that fact, so we just make what it is we want to. That's, you know, that's the conclusion you have to come to. And it can be hard. So it's so fucking hard. I mean, for me, I've had so many different ideas, different, paths I've gone down and thinking, I want to do this thing, I want to do that thing. And it always ends up, I don't, stay down the path till the destination, till I get to where I want to get. I don't think I've ever got to the destination in, one dream or one goal or one idea. And when I have, I've thought, oh, it wasn't good enough. I thought to myself, what I've done, yeah, I did it, but it's not good. But still, that's progress. Still, that's something you've made, instead of, at the start being like, not making it, just finding all these reasons, all these doubts, all these negative thoughts and things bubbling around your head all day saying, it will be bad, there's no point in doing it, it's a waste of time. It's never a waste of time, because from it you'll learn, you'll gain different thoughts, different ideas, your thinking will expand, even if you don't realize it. Every time is an opportunity to just get better, and the next time, the next thing you make will be even better than you thought it would ever be, and it'll continue to go. But you can never get to that point if you don't make whatever you want, if you don't make what it is you're passionate about. So I know you're sat there right now, you might be watching this video thinking, using it as a reason to get you to start making again. But you don't need this video. All you need is you, belief in yourself, and just have the courage, man. Be confident in yourself to just do it. It doesn't matter if anyone can fucking hear you doing these videos, creating these things, writing some music, singing a song you've made, because that's what you want to do. Why should anything else matter? A little bit of silence for you to take it in. No, I'm just a babbler as well. I mean, I don't even fucking know what I'm doing. I know you'll be making stuff, you'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know, I can't do this stuff, because the people who are doing it well, they know what they're doing. Yeah, but at one point, they didn't know what they're doing. And a big possibility is, even though they seem like they know what they're doing, they probably don't. I mean, we're all making it up as we go along. These big artists, these big creatives, these big filmmakers, they're just making it up. They're just doing what they think is what they should be doing, or what they want to do. And they're continuing to do that and go down that road. And every time they'll make mistakes, they'll learn from their mistakes, from their progress, from the past pieces of work. And if they didn't make those past pieces of work, then they wouldn't be where they are now. If they didn't make those bad things, if they didn't start to make whatever it is they wanted, because they're at one point, all these people who you look up to, these idols, they're at one point exactly where you were. Maybe not the certain scenario, but in some ways they were. They were sat there thinking, not believing in themselves, and not thinking they can do it, and seeing all these other people who were, at the time, their idols, and who had made it, and they're like, I can't be like them. Well, flash forward, they put the work in, they just did what they wanted to do. They didn't think about what the fuck it is everyone else is saying, just themselves. And they did it, and they kept doing it every single day, and that's how they got there. That's exactly how you do it. You believe in that dream, you keep fucking believing. It doesn't matter what the fuck else is going on. You just believe in your dream, in yourself, and you'll get there. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, and that's what I want all of you watching to do. And yeah, that's basically it. Just got to take a breather sometimes. Honestly, that is one of the biggest things I've realised from putting all this hard work in sometimes. You get so caught up in it, putting all this pressure on yourself, pushing everything down on yourself, weighing you down every day. And then it feels like every day it gets harder to make this thing. Yeah, because you're making it harder for yourself. Because sometimes you do just need to take a break. Even if it's just sitting down, taking a breather and reading a book for a few minutes, taking your mind off what it is you've been doing. And it works every time. And I still get to those moments where I'm like, damn, everything I'm doing is shit, and I feel like I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know if I'm even going to get anywhere. And these big dreams, they disappear. But then you've got to realise in that moment, and I've got to realise, I still have to remind myself to just take a breather, take a break from it for a minute and come back in maybe half an hour or so, or whatever, however long, and just get back to doing it, and you'll have a different mind. You know, go for a walk. It kind of resets your mind in a way, and then you can just get back to doing it and fucking make whatever it is you want. So yeah, made this video. It was what I wanted to do, and I made it. And it may have turned out bad. It may have turned out good. I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking right now, this is shit. It's just me babbling, and it's nothing. And it's probably going to turn out not a good edit, and it's probably going to be uploaded with a bad thumbnail that won't get clicks, and not many people will view it. And if they do view it, it'll be like 10 or so views or whatever, and it'll just stop there. But even though I may think that doesn't mean that'll happen. And even if that does happen, it doesn't matter. The recognition, the success, or the whatever from that project, that's not, that's not, I know you want to get that, and that's to like push you up to like motivate you, and that's where you want to go and be a bigger YouTuber or a bigger filmmaker or a bigger writer or whatever. The thing of it is to just make the stuff, to make the art, to create what it is you want to create. And I know I keep reiterating, but that is the main thing. Me just making this right now, that's the most important thing. And the next important thing is when I finish doing this, is to not just say, scrap it and say, oh, it was shit. No, I'm just going to edit it, do whatever happens for the edit, whatever the creative process brings me, then I'll upload it, complete it, upload it, boom, and I'll move on to the next project. And I'll learn from this, because I've never done exactly this, just stood here and said my exact thoughts, because I've always thought that, I've got ADHD and I won't be able to talk properly, and people won't understand me, or I talk too fast, or I talk too fast. It's like all that. I was trying to, right here. Or it'll just end up being shit, and there'll be no story to the video. They'll watch the first 1 minute and not watch the rest. And that may be true. Some of it may be true. But even if that is true, even if this is a bad video, even if I am just blabbering and it doesn't make the most sense, it's still good that I've done it. Taking action, creating something, expressing myself, which is the whole point of being in this world, I feel, is just express yourself. And the best way to do that is to create what it is you want to create. So go do that right now. If you have an idea, if you just have this little thought of something you want to do, don't procrastinate, don't think on it too much. Just have that idea, write a little plan for it, write what you want to do, and then just get doing it. Maybe put some music on, some ambience, something to make you feel calm while you're doing that, not to feel stressed. And if you do feel stressed, go do something that you enjoy, and then come back and do that. And just do it, man. Just make it. Yeah, I've been George Kolenzo. See you in a bit.